Okay. All right, awesome. So thanks so much for joining us for our second Choose Your Own Adventure book club slash read aloud. So I already mentioned about please keeping your audio off. I thank you for that. Also, like I said, if I have my video on, but if you want to have your video off, that's totally cool as well. So a couple things real quick. So I think last week's program went super well. I hope you guys really enjoyed it too. It looked like from the comments that you did. Just for the ground rules for the program, so how we'll do it is we are going to be reading from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs today. It's got a really beautiful cover with Snow White here and this creepy shadowy figure over here. She's in the wood. So what we'll do is we'll start from the beginning like we did last week. Whenever we come to a fork in the road with the story, we'll have a couple options to pick from. So what I'll ask is at that time, just to keep it simpler for everyone involved, I will go ahead and ask you guys to pick from probably numbers 1, 2, and 3 for the options that we read from the book. And in the chat box, you could go ahead and type the number that you choose so that you have a vote in for where the story should go. I will say, if it's okay, make sure that you only put one number down for each child in your household. So if you have 3 children in your household and you all pick number 1, go ahead and put 3 ones down. But try not to, if you only have 1 child in your household, don't put 6 down because I definitely will count them and it might give an unfair advantage. But anyway, I think that this is going to be a fantastic story to read today. I actually have not read this one yet, so I'm excited for that. For those of you who have signed up for our virtual Summer Quest program, thank you so much. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, normally we have Summer Quest in our building at Warnersville Public Library throughout the summer. Because of COVID, everything is a lot different this year, which is why we have this program over Zoom. So what our summer program is you can read books at home or with your family members or just by yourself if you're at that point. And you can go on to our Summer Quest website and log that reading. You can either log it by pages read or by minutes read. The younger age group that's birth to age 5, I believe, is only by minutes, not by pages, just because that's easier for the families. But as you get older, you have that choice. There's virtual badges that you can win. You can earn points. Those points can be eventually put towards possible raffle prizes that you could win. We're still working on getting those up on the website, so bear with us on that. But the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because you have decided to attend a Summer Quest program with us, you are special and you get a secret code from this program. So when you're on your home page for your website, once you've already logged in, for those of you that haven't registered yet, when you go to the link, which is wernersville.readsquared.com, you'll see on the right-hand side, or it's showing as your left right now, but the right-hand side, it'll say register on a button. You click that and it'll take you through. But if you've already registered and have been logging, you'll see on your home page, there's a section right in the middle that says secret codes. If you click on that, it gives you a space to enter secret codes from programs to get points towards your summer reading log. So for this program, the secret code is Snow White, just like our title. We're going to forget about the Seven Dwarfs aspect, okay? It's all undercased, so that means no capital letters, even though Snow White is her name. We're just staying with Snow, space, White, all undercase. Now, if you try to put that in right now, families, it won't go through. It'll say invalid because I have not personally uploaded it to the website yet. I would probably try, it's a little bit, but I would probably try by next Tuesday, just because I won't be around from tomorrow through Monday. But I'll make sure that that gets uploaded for you, and then you'll get 50 points towards your reading log, which would be super fun. All right, so if any of you have any questions about that, let me know. But I'm just going to go ahead and type in the chat here that link so you have it. Okay, so that is the link to our website, and the secret code is Snow White, just like that. So make sure that you take that down. All right, so now we're getting to the fun part, right? We have to talk about Summer Quest because that is important and it is fun. But this is really why you're here. So we're going to start reading this, and when we come to the fork in the road, I will let you know. So we're going to get started with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Okay. About your adventure. The woods can be frightening when you are on your own. With each step you take, you feel like you're being watched. Has someone come to help you or to do you harm? In this fairy tale, you control your fate. The seven dwarfs lead the way as you make choices to determine what happens next. Chapter 1 sets the scene. Then you choose which path to read. Follow the directions at the bottom of the page as you read the stories. The decisions you will make will change your outcome. After you finish one path, go back and read the others for a new perspective and more adventures. And just like we did last time, if we get through one story, we'll just keep going until we're at 2 o'clock. So we'll see how far we get. So chapter 1, On the Run. And I'll just show you the picture that sets the scene here. Spooky woods. All you can hear is your own breath as you run as fast as you can through the forest. There's something behind you, or someone. You duck behind a tree. All you hear is silence now. Maybe it was just your mind playing tricks on you, or maybe she was playing tricks on you. You touch the apple in your pocket as your stomach churns with hunger. You wish you had more apples, more food. You don't know how long you'll be out here. Just as you are about to set off into the trees again, a shadow drops across your path. You crouch down as it looms closer. What if it's her? You can't let her find you. I wonder who her is. Okay, so we're actually at our very first crossroads. So I'm going to read the options, and then I'll tell you what number to choose for what answer that you'd like. And then we'll take a tally. To be Secret Agent Snow, working for a good prince in a futuristic world, type number 1. To be a stepmother searching for your runaway stepdaughter Snow, type number 2. To live in the Arctic with your 7 loyal dogs, type number 3. So once again, to be Secret Agent Snow working for a good prince in a futuristic world, type number 1. To be a stepmother searching for your runaway stepdaughter Snow, type number 2. To live in the Arctic with your 7 loyal dogs, type number 3. And we'll just wait to see what you guys choose. And if it comes to be a tie at any point, I'll be the tiebreaker. Okay, so I see Morgan and Reagan chose number 1. Let's see, Bridget chose number 2, and then Melissa chose a couple. Oh, you guys picked all different ones. All right, so there's 2, 3, and 1. All right, so it looks like there's 2 1s and there's 3 2s. So for the first time, we're going to go for number 2, which is to be a stepmother searching for your runaway stepdaughter Snow. So I'm just going to go ahead and type our code word today to break up the numbers so I can keep track of them. Okay, so let me go to page 41. And I'd just like to let you guys know that all of the books that we use at this program are from our library. So if you ever want to come back to these books or try them again, you can just request them and we'll get them to you, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so Runaway Snow. You've just gotten home from a long day of work. Your stepdaughter Snow is nowhere in sight. She must be listening to rock music in her bedroom again. You decide not to bother her. You and Snow used to be very close. She even chose to live with you after you and her father split up. But lately Snow has been grouchy and sullen. You decide to make an apple pie for her as a treat. Snow loves apples. You're just getting out the ingredients when the doorbell rings. At the door is Wally Muir, a boy from Snow's class. He holds up his backpack. I'm here to work on a group project with Snow, Wally tells you. You hope Wally will cheer Snow up. She has a huge crush on him, but Wally is completely clueless. You rush to Snow's bedroom to tell her. You knock on her door, knock, 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 but she doesn't answer. She must be wearing her headphones. Wally's here, you say, opening the door. What? She yells. Can you take those off, you shout, pointing to her ears. But this is my favorite septuplet song, she protests, pulling her headphones down. Wally's here, you repeat. Snow turns to peer into the mirror over her dresser. She stares at her reflection and frowns. She doesn't think that she's very pretty. My hair is too dark, Snow pouts. My skin is too pale, and my lips are too red. You're beautiful, you say. Snow sighs, then grabs her laptop and heads downstairs while Wally is waiting. Wally and Snow sit at the kitchen table to work on the project while you continue making the pie. Wally turns to Snow and whispers, Wow, your stepmom is so pretty. I bet she's the prettiest person in town. Snow slams her laptop shut. Let's finish tomorrow, she says irritably. Wally looks surprised. Okay, see you. Yeah, bye, Snow interrupts. Then she runs up to her room and slams the door. After Wally leaves, you knock on Snow's door. She flings it open, tears streaming down her face. It's all your fault, Snow yells. You're the pretty one, not me. I can't live here anymore. She grabs her duffel bag and pushes past you down the hall and out the front door. Wait, you cry, running after her, but Snow doesn't slow down. By the time you reach the sidewalk, you don't see Snow anywhere. You think that she might have gone to the nearby woods to hide. It was always her favorite place as a little girl. You run as fast as you can into the woods. You touch the apple in your pocket as your stomach churns with hunger. You never did get a chance to eat that pie. Darn. Just as you are about to set off into the trees again, a shadow drops across your path. It grows bigger and bigger. Two faces peer around a tree trunk at you. It's your neighbors' boys, Will and Jacob Grimm. Hey, Miss White, they exclaim. What are you doing out here? Looking for Snow, you tell them. Have you seen her? The Grimm brothers look at each other. She said she was running away and never coming back, Jacob finally mumbles. Did you know where she's going, you ask? Didn't say, Will answers. You know you need to find Snow before she gets too far. She could be at Fairy Park, her favorite park in the city, but if she really wants to run away, she might be at the train station. It's the fastest way out of town. Okay, so we're at our next fork in the road. So to search in Fairy Park, type number 1. To go to the train station, type number 2. So where do you think Snow is hiding? Is she at Fairy Park, number 1, or at the train station, number 2? Okay, Morgan and Reagan think she might be at number 2. Oh, okay, let's see. The Fisher kids think there's 2 of them that believe that it's at 2, and maybe 1. And then Bridget says 2. Okay, so we're definitely going to go with number 2 then. Which is to go to the train station. So let me just type in our code word. Okay, so to go to the train station, I need to go to page 50. You know that if Snow is determined to run away, she'll try to get as far away as possible. The train station is the best place to look. You have to catch her before she has a chance to board a train. When you reach the station, you are amazed at how big it is. You stare at the huge monitors that list all the departures. Which train would she take? You approach the ticket counter and pull out a picture of Snow. Have you seen this girl? You ask the 2 ticket attendants. The male attendant peers at the photograph and shrugs. I don't remember. The female attendant points at something behind you. Maybe you should ask him, she suggests. Ooh, I wonder who him is. You whirl around. On the wall behind you is a poster of a man in a suit holding a magnifying glass. It reads, On the hunt for someone? Call Theo Huntsman, private investigator. You could use help finding Snow, but you still might be able to find her on your own. So here's our next fork in the road. So if we want to call Theo Huntsman to see if he can track down Snow, type number 1. Oh, I see, Olivia and Ansley. Okay, I remember you guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes I get confused by what the name from the account is. So thank you very much for letting me know. And hello, guys. Thank you for joining us. So, yes, if you want to call Theo Huntsman to try to find snow, type number 1. If you want to search the train station on your own and not call Theo Huntsman, type number 2. So remember, if you want to call Theo Huntsman to try to find her, type number 1. If you want to search the train station on your own, type number 2. Okay, let's see. 4 twos, 2 ones. Wow, okay. You guys really believe in yourself, which I love. So we're actually going to search the train station on our own. So I'm going to go to page 67, and I'm going to type our code in. Here we go. 67. It's a lot of pages from where we were. Okay. You don't have time to waste if you want to find snow. You start running towards the departure train platforms. Ma'am, the mail attendant calls after you. You need a ticket first. You ignore him and leap over the barricades. You hear the attendant's footsteps behind you, but you soon lose him in a crowd of passengers waiting for their trains. You wave a picture of snow in people's faces. Have you seen this girl, you ask? A tall man looks at a photo and points at a train about to depart. As you are about to run, you stop. How am I going to get snow off the train, you wonder? Just then you see one of Snow's friends, Ethan Prince. You've got an idea. Ethan, over here, you say, waving the boy down. Ethan strides towards you, looking confident and regal. Hi, Miss White. What's wrong? Ethan asks. You tell him that snow is running away on the train. You point towards it as the whistle blows. Hurry, it's departing, you cry. Ethan walks briskly towards the train. You follow, trying to stay out of sight. You can see Snow through the train's glass window. She's slumped in her seat, fast asleep. The train slowly pulls out of the station. Ethan holds up his hand and the train squeals to a stop. The conductor leaps off the train. That's right! You forgot the Prince family owns most of the train lines. From behind a pillar, you watch as Ethan steps aboard. You see him reach Snow and gently wake her up. As the pair leaves the train, you swear you see a spark between them. I guess it doesn't matter what Wally Muir thinks after all, you think. The end. So that was a great ending to our first story, right? At least we found snow. That was super interesting. All right, so we are actually going to be able to pick another story now. Let me just check our time here. Oh yeah, we're perfect. We're good. Okay, so we already were the stepmother searching for your runaway stepdaughter, Snow. And in that story, she was good, right? So we have 2 other options. So if you want to choose to be secret agent Snow working for a good prince in a futuristic world, type number 1. Or if you want to live in the Arctic with your 7 loyal dogs, pick number 2. Chances are we'll get to both, but which one would you like to do next? Okay, Morgan and Reagan say number 1. And we'll just wait for the other couple people to decide. So remember, if you want to be a secret agent, type 1. If you want to live in the Arctic with your 7 dogs, pick 2. Let me just double check with Fisher Kids. Does the 3 mean number 2? Do you want to live in the Arctic with the 7 dogs? I know we're so used to the 1, 2, 3, but it was number 1 for being a secret agent, and it was number 2 for being with the dogs. Ah, awesome. Okay, so we had 3 choices for the 7 loyal dogs. And then 4, actually it would be 4 now, because I see Ansley, they picked number 2 as well. Okay, all right, so now we're going to end up going with the 7 Loyal Dogs story, and then if we have time, we will go with the first one, which no one loses out on that, right? Normally we get through the whole thing, which is great. All right, so we're going to go to page 75 for this story. Okay, oh gosh, look at this picture. See, it looks like there's a camera crew. Must be cold there. See, she has big boots and like a nice parka on, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, you guys meant number 1. Well, we'll definitely get to that one next then. That's totally fine. All right, so meteorologist Snow White and the evil queen of blizzards. That's a funny title to a story, huh? I never thought of Snow White as a meteorologist. So that's someone that's like a weather person or someone that studies how weather works. And is it bad that when I thought evil queen of blizzards, I was thinking like the Dairy Queen ice cream blizzards and not snow? Maybe that just means I need some ice cream in my life too. But okay, so meteorologist Snow White and the evil queen of blizzards. Help! Please help! A voice cries on your cell phone. It's your friend and mentor, meteorologist Snow White. What's wrong, Snow White? You say into your phone. It's the blizzard to end all blizzards. The evil queen of blizzards. The weather station is getting buried under all the snow, and I'm trapped, Snow White cries. On my way, you say. Snow White has been teaching you everything she knows about weather. One day you hope to be a meteorologist just like her. Plus, she's your best friend. You have to help her. So you take a peek out the window. All you see is a sea of white. But that's not unusual since you and your family, the Charmings, live in the Arctic. You live far from civilization. The only way to get anywhere is by dog sled. Your 7 sled dogs are stretched out on their 7 beds in front of the fireplace. You raised the dogs since you found them as puppies, abandoned in an old cottage. They all look alike, but you can tell them apart. Excuse me, you name them based on their personalities. Oh, I wonder what their names are. Doc, Grumpy, Bashful, Sleepy, Sneezy, Dopey, and Happy. Just like the dwarfs in the regular story, right? Doc is the lead dog and always takes care of the others. You bundle up and whistle for the dogs to wake up. The dogs leap to attention except for Sleepy. She just rolls over and buries her face in her paws, and you give her a gentle nudge. When the dogs are ready, you open the door and step out into the bitter wind. The evil queen of blizzards hasn't reached your house yet, but you can see the storm coming your way. You know Snow White's weather station is in the thick of the storm. You need to get to her quickly. She's all alone out there. You and the dogs trapeze through the woods near your house. The trees are too thick to ride the sled, so you pull it behind you. The sky darkens. All you can hear is your own breathing and the dogs panting as you quicken your pace through the trees. You think you hear something behind you. You imagine the evil queen of blizzards looming over you, ready to touch down and bury you in a mountain of snow. You duck behind a tree to catch your breath. All you hear is silence now. Maybe your mind is playing tricks on you. You touch the apple in your pocket as your stomach churns with hunger. You wish you had more apples, more food. You don't know how long you'll be out here. See, we already read this in the beginning of the book, right? You start off again into the trees, the dogs at your heels. When you reach the trail to the weather station, you leash the dogs to the front of the sled. Before you hop on, you pull out your binoculars. Uh-oh, you think. The storm is right in your path. You could take another trail around it, but then you risk not getting to Snow White in time. So, here is our next fork in the story. So, to go around the storm, type number 1 into the chat. To take the direct path to Snow White, type number 2 in the chat. So if you want to try going around the storm, but you might not make it to her in time, 1. If you want to just cut through the storm, 2. Okay, so there's 1 for 2, 2 for 1. Oh gosh, okay. So 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 twos. So we're gonna just go right through this storm here, and I have to go to page 82. You need to get to Snow White as quickly as possible. The most direct path is through the storm. You snap the dog's reins and plunge forward. The wind howls and the snow swirls as you push through the storm. The snow is so thick you can barely see the dogs a few feet in front of you. The icy snow stings your face and eyes. You stop to rub your eyes with your glove. Suddenly you see something moving in front of you. You look sideways and see an apple rolling away across the ice. Oh, and I didn't type that in there. It's a good moment to pause, right? An apple, you think? You peer into the distance and see what looks like a huge crate of apples. Why would all those apples be out here in the Arctic? Are you dreaming? Then you hear a voice up ahead. Where are you? Someone shouts. I can't see anything. Over here, says another voice. This time you know it's not your imagination. These people could be lost out here in the storm. Maybe you could help them. Then again, Snow White is still in danger. You think of the crates of apples. You could use the food and so could Snow White. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen, guys. So we're at our next fork in the story. So if you want to head towards the voices to try to help these people out, type number 1. If you want to check out the apples, type number 2. So if you want to go towards the people to help them out first, number 1. If you want to take a better look at these apples, 2. All right, so we have 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s. So we're going to have, aha, I was going to say we were going to have someone break the tie. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 number 1s and 2 2s. So we're going to go with number 1. So we're going to head towards the voices. All right. So we're going to go to page 87 for that. You motion for the dogs to follow and move through the thick snowflakes towards the voices. Happy jumps eagerly through the snow. Doc hangs back and scratches at your leg. He's trying to tell you something, but you aren't sure what. You just keep blindly moving forward. Hello, you call into the wind. Over here! You're not sure if they heard you. The voices are still talking. You can just make out what one of them is saying. I can't believe you lost our entire haul, one man yells. I risked my neck to rob that place. Oh my gosh. You freeze. You realize you've stumbled across the Huntsmen, a notorious gang of robbers. The Huntsmen scour the Arctic, stealing anything they can get their hands on. No one has been able to catch them. Wait, did you hear something? Another voice says. Uh-oh, you think. Hello, the huntsmen call into the wind. Just then, Sneezy lets out a giant achoo! Hush, you tell him, but it's too late. Through the white shield of snow, you can see several dark figures moving towards you. You have 2 choices, run or try to talk to them. You're not sure how fast you can go in the snow. You might be able to use the huntsmen to find Snow White, but they are dangerous and there's no telling what they'll do. So, here's our next fork in the road. If you want to talk to the huntsman, type number 1. If you want to run and get out of there, type number 2. And this is our picture that's associated with where we're at. See, so there's our character, that's us, and then there's the dogs. All right, so it looks like we have 2 number 1s, or 3 number 1s, I'm sorry, and 1 2 so far. So I think we're just waiting on one last person. I think we're waiting on Morgan and Reagan. And that's okay if you're still deciding. I just mean to break the tie. Okay. All right, so let's see. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 4 number 1s and 1 2. So we are definitely going to go with talk to the huntsman. Wonder what's going to happen now. This is turning out to be a really great story. All right, so we're going to go to page 95. Okay. You decide to talk to the huntsman. But what will you say? Suddenly you get an idea. Hello, you call. The huntsmen charge towards you. The leader is on a huge black horse. Where are you going, kid? The leader asks. I'm looking for a treasure, you say. Can you help me get there? The huntsman leader raises his eyebrows. A treasure, huh? You nod eagerly. Yes, I've seen it. Gold, silver, and jewels. There's too much for me to carry on my own. If you help me, you can keep part of the treasure. The leader thinks for a moment. Greed fills his eyes. Okay, kid, he says, show us the way. The leader pulls you up onto his horse and you call for the dogs to follow behind. You give the gang directions and the posse sets off across the snowy trail. Soon you hear your destination. On a small hill sits a huge mound of snow. Buried underneath is the weather station, but only you know that. You point towards the snow pile. There's the buried treasure, you tell the leader. You cross your fingers and hope that Snow White will catch on to your plan. The huntsmen gallop towards the station. The leader orders you to stay on the horse. He and the rest of the huntsmen begin to dig in the snow. I've found something, one huntsman cries. It's a glass door. Well, open it, the leader orders. The huntsmen pull open the door and rush inside. You leap off the horse just as Snow White runs out the door. She slams the door behind her and turns the key. The leader's face is pressed up against the glass as he pounds on the door. He and the rest of the huntsmen are trapped. You gave him a little wave. And here they are trapped. They won't be getting out of there for a while, Snow White chuckles. Thanks for coming to my rescue, Charming. Nothing to it, you say with a grin. The end. That was a great story, too. I don't know which one I liked better yet. I think maybe the second one, but the first one was super interesting as well. All right, so let me just check our clock here. Oh, we're good. Okay, so I think we have enough time to do our last story, which is really awesome, right? So we already did Living in the Arctic with the dogs, and we did the stepmother one. So now it's time to be a secret agent, Snow, working for a good prince in a futuristic world. And that's on page 11. So that's right at the beginning of our book. Okay. Secret Agent Snow and the 7 Robots. The 7 robots? I never thought of the dwarves as being robots. That's pretty cool. I wonder if they say their name like robots. If they'd be like, I'm Sleepy. Hi, my name is Doc. You wonder if they do that? Can you guys try that at home? I know I can't see you, but you should be a robot too, because it's really fun. I don't know. This is just Tara's goofy time, right? Okay, so Secret Agent Snow and the 7 Robots. Hunter, come in, Hunter. White Snow here. Are you there? All you hear is crackling on the other end. You hold up your phone to catch a better signal. But the woods are thick and overgrown, and you are far from any cell tower. You head toward the small clearing you remember passing. Even though you've gotten separated from your partner Hunter, the mission is still the same. Find the apple. And here she is on this page. You can see there she is with her phone. She's in the woods. A war is on between Good Prince and Evil Queen. For many years, Good Prince has been ruler of this land. Under his reign, homelessness decreased, every child received a good education, and the land was at peace. That is, until Evil Queen rose to power as second in command. Evil Queen is greedy and power-hungry. To gain followers, she promised them power and riches, but she never actually delivers. She even captures the homeless off the streets and forces them to become her servants, keeping her palace clean and her jewels sparkling. Now Evil Queen has launched an all-out war to overthrow Good Prince. You are a secret agent in Good Prince's army. Your code name is White Snow. Just last night, Good Prince called you and Hunter to Castle, which is, it's shown as C-A-S-T-L-E, his underground intelligence bunker. He flipped on the large screen in front of you. On the screen was a red-colored object that looked like a computer monitor, but it wasn't flat. Instead, it had a large bulbous tube surrounding its back. A large boat-shaped keyboard jutted from the bottom. You mentally took note of all its characteristics while Good Prince explained. This is Apple IIe, he says. Excuse me. It looks like an ancient relic, Hunter exclaimed. Goodprince went on. This computer contains a secret code for a bomb. We need to find it before Evil Queen and her cronies do. If they find it first, they could launch the bomb and destroy us all. The intelligence report indicated that the last signal received from Apple IIe came from Charming Woods, a vast forest covering hundreds of miles. It's where Evil Queen and her cronies hide out. You and Hunter set off immediately, but now you've gotten separated and he's not answering your calls. Oh no. Once you've reached the clearing, you catch a signal and open your trusty spy app, Mirror. It contains a GPS map and can communicate with other agents. Just as you are about to make contact, you hear a crash in the woods behind you. It could be a hunter, or it could be one of the Evil Queen's goons. You run through the woods and hide behind a tree. You can still hear something behind you. You touch the apple in your pocket. You wish that you had more. You don't know when you'll get a chance to eat a full meal again. Just as you're about to creep through the trees again, you see a shadow on the ground in front of you. What if it's the Evil Queen? You stand still, hoping to blend into the trees. If she sees you, you're doomed. The shadow moves on, and you let out a sigh of relief. Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps. They're walking away from you. You could walk towards the sound to see if it's Hunter, or you could stay hidden. So we're at our next fork in our story. So if you want to walk towards the footsteps, type number 1 in the chat. If you want to stay hidden, type number 2 in the chat. So if you want to see who it possibly is and want to follow the footsteps, number 1. If you want to stay hidden, number 2. So we have 2 number 1s so far. Oh, see, everyone was unanimous on this one. Everyone wants to walk towards the footsteps, which is on page 16. You silently slip through the trees. Your secret agent training has taught you how to move without making a sound. As you move towards the sound of the footsteps, you hear Hunter's voice booming through the woods. You rush towards the sound and see him leaning against a tree. He's shouting into his phone. No, please, I did exactly as you asked, he cries. She vanished. I looked everywhere. Suddenly your phone buzzes in your pocket. You wish you had silenced it. Hunter stops talking and glances in your direction. His face reddens and he quickly puts the phone behind his back. White snow, he says, relieved. I've been looking for you. I'm glad you're safe. It's dangerous out here. Who were you talking to, you ask. A friend. I mean, a confidential informant, he says. We have a lead on Apple. You wonder why Hunter's being secretive, but he must have a good reason. We need to stop wasting time and get moving, you say. You glance at your phone and see a notification from the Mirror app. Possible signal south, the message reads. This way, Hunter says, pointing north. My intel says that this will lead us to Apple IIe. Oh my gosh, guys. Now hold on a second. Her app said that it has a possible signal south, but Hunter is saying that they should go north. That doesn't make sense. Mirror says south, you tell him, but Hunter has started off into the trees. Come on, he says. You start to follow him, then stop. Maybe you'll find Apple IIe faster if you split up. So here's our next fork in the road. And before you type, let me just type this back in here because that helps me keep track of them. To go with Hunter, if you believe Hunter is telling the truth and you want to go with Hunter, type number 1. To head south on your own to see if you can find Apple IIe, type number 2. Okay, we have a number 1. Three, okay, 4 number 1. And then I'm just going to wait so we can get our last vote in. We have about 15 minutes, so we should be good. Okay, all right, so I believe we all agree that's 5 number ones. Okay, that's everyone, right? Let me just double check. Yep, okay, awesome, thank you. All right, 6 number ones, okay. So we're all gonna go with Hunter, okay? So let's see here. You follow Hunter through the trees. The sky is darkening and Hunter's path is widening. Oops, okay. You no longer know which direction you're going. You feel lost and are out of breath trying to keep up. Hunter, you gasp. Are you sure that this is the right way? The clue is just ahead, he insists. As you take another exhausted step behind him, your pant leg catches on something. You reach down to pull it free when a metal hand grasps your finger. A metal hand, you think? You look down straight into the eyes of a tiny robot. What? You start to say, but the robot holds its finger to its mouth to shh you. The robot points at a screen on its chest with the message, I work for Goodprints. Follow me. Don't say a word. This might be a trap, you think. You know you are in the midst of an evil queen's territory, but still you are curious. The robot is so small that you could easily overpower it if things get sketchy. You coming, Hunter calls? You can no longer see him. You can only hear his voice in the distance. Okay, so here's our next fork in the road. To follow the robot, type number 1. To continue following Hunter, type number 2. So if you believe the robot, 1. If you believe Hunter, 2. Okay. All right, so it looks like we have 4 number 1s and 2 number 2s. So we're going to go with number 1, which is to follow the robot. So we're going to go to page 28. Wordlessly, you follow the robot as it whirls through a maze of trees. It leads you to a small door on the side of a hill. The door flies open and out tumbles another tiny robot, then another and another, 7 robots in all. I'm DocBot, says the robot that found you. And this is SleepyBot, HappyBot, SneezyBot, GrumpyBot, DopeyBot, and BashfulBot. We work for Goodprints. In all your years working for Goodprints, you've never heard of these robots. You snap a quick photo of them and upload it to the Mirror app. The app reads, verified as allies of Goodprints. Please proceed. DocBot tells you that each robot has a special skill to help them win the war against the evil queen. Doc can give medical treatment. SleepyBot can make an enemy fall asleep. SneezyBot can blow poison goo from its nose. Ooh. HappyBot can change a person from evil to good. DopeyBot can make a person forgetful. BashfulBot can make someone hide in fear. And GrumpyBot is a bomb that explodes when its face turns red. We need to work together to find Apple IIe, DocBot tells you, and we know just where to begin. But what about my partner Hunter, you ask? The robots are silent for a moment. Then HappyBot pipes up. We don't think that he can be trusted, it says. As if on cue, your phone buzzes. It's a call from Hunter. Come quickly, he says. I found something. On my way, you say, and click the phone off. The robots are staring at you. Could it be a trap, DocBot wonders? You think for a moment. Hunter was acting strangely, leading you on a winding trail through the woods. Finding Apple IIe is one of the highest importance, SneezyBot says. You agree and think that Hunter could have had a lead, even if he might be working for the evil queen. So here's our next fork in the road. If you'd like to leave and find Hunter, type 1. If you want to go with the robots, type 2. So if you want to leave and find Hunter, type number 1. If you want to go with the robots, type number 2. Okay, so it looks like we're at a tie right now. So we have 2 for number 2 and 2 for number 1. Ah, okay? And then a third number 2. So I think we're going to end up going with the robots then. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 3 number 2s, and then there's 3 number 1s. Oh my gosh, guys, I've got to break the tie. So, this is a hard one. I don't know which one I want. I mean, I trust the robots, but I think it would be interesting to go find Hunter too. I think we're going to go with number 1. Yep. All right, so let's double check this. Okay, let me just double check our time too. Okay. You stomp through the woods to find Hunter. He's standing on the edge of a cliff. Hunter, you call to him. What's going on? He waves at you to come closer. When you reach his side, he points at something far ahead. Across the valley, you see a tall black palace on the top of a hill. You recognize it immediately. Evil Queen's palace, you exclaim, turning to Hunter. But what? Suddenly, your voice has a sharp echo. You take a step towards Hunter, but run into something solid, a glass wall. You turn in the other direction, but hit another glass wall. You realize with dread that you are trapped inside. You pound on the glass. Hunter! What have you done? You cry. Hunter only looks at you and smirks. You can't believe Hunter, your trusted partner, turned on you and good Prince. Traitor, you shout. Take White Snow away, Hunter calls into the air. Suddenly, dozens of armed Evil Queen soldiers run from the trees and lift the case. They tilt it sideways and you fall over, smacking your head hard against the glass. You see stars. It's like a glass coffin, you think, as everything goes black. You are carried away as a prisoner of war. Oh my gosh, guys, that's kind of sad, right? Do you guys want to find out what the other ending would have been? Let me see if I can go back here to the right one. Let me know in the chat if yes, you'd like to hear the other option for the story, or no, if you'd like to leave it where we're at. If you're okay with knowing that Snow was captured, then that's okay. But if you'd like to hear the other story, let me know, because we do have 8 minutes left and I think we can get through it. And I'm not very satisfied with her just being captured. Like, Snow is cool and I think she should get help. So, yes, okay. So, awesome. This is the best part about these books, right? If you don't like an ending, you just pick a new one. Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to go with the robots. So we're turning to page 33. Awesome. Okay. You and the robots prowl through the woods looking for any sign of Apple IIe. As night comes, you're about to give up until morning. Suddenly, your mirror app beeps. It reads, "Signal detected." You and the robots scurry towards the location. As you approach, you see a figure of the trees. It's Evil Queen. The Apple IIe's screen glows with a greenish light in front of her. Curses, Evil Queen mutters, punching the computer keys. I can't crack the code. You see your chance. Robots, attack! You shout. The robots lunge at Evil Queen, beeping angrily. Evil Queen is taken by surprise, but she doesn't look afraid. You silly robots can't defeat me, she screams. That's what you think, Evil Queen, you yell. Dopey, let her have it. Dopey bots take aim and shoot a laser straight at the Queen's forehead. Direct hit. The force knocks Evil Queen to the ground. She groans and struggles to sit up. Where am I? Who am I? Evil Queen asks with one hand on her forehead. The other is still holding on to Apple IIe. And what am I holding? Oh, you're holding that for me, you say quickly, but I'll take it back now. You grab Apple IIe and hoist it up onto your shoulders. Good Prince thanks you for your assistance. Sure. I mean, of course. Anything to help a prince, Evil Queen says, still confused. You tell the robots to watch Evil Queen, and you head towards Castle and Good Prince. Once there, you are treated as a hero. Excellent work, Snow, Good Prince says. You saved the day. After you leave Castle, you pull out your phone. Mirror, mirror in my hand, you say. Who is the greatest secret agent in the land? You read Mirror's answer loud and clear. Snow, White Snow. The end. All right, so I like that option a lot better. And like I said, that's the awesome thing with these books is if you don't like an ending, you just pick a new one, or you can start all over again. And the funny thing is we went through 3 different stories in here, but those stories that we read could even have different endings if you would have gone back and chosen a different path than we picked. Since there was between 2 and 3 options for each one, just choosing that next option could have given you a completely different story. And that's why I say that you should still, once you go back to the library, if you're interested, you should still request them out because although we only have an hour to go through a book, you could probably spend 2 to 3 hours going through to get all the different endings. Like it says on here, there's 32 choices and 16 different endings to this book. So we technically went through 4 because for the last one we did both endings. But there's 16 endings, so you know. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that you guys loved it. That's great. So before we get going, I just want to remind you that the secret code is the name that I kept typing through to keep our place. So if you go on and are registered for Summer Quest, you can type in Snow White. I would say probably by sometime next Tuesday afternoon. Only like I said, because I won't be around from Friday through Monday to put it into the system. But that will give you 50 points towards your reading log for attending and having fun. Also, it's not up on Facebook yet, but this is actually the next You Choose story that we'll be doing next week. Oh, sounds great. Sounds good. I'll see you guys soon too. But we're going to do Hercules and his 12 labors next time. So like every other time, we'll kind of switch up what kind of book we're doing. So we did Snow White, which was more of a fairy tale one. We did Hansel and Gretel, which had the brother and sister. The next time we'll do more of a mythological story. And then probably after that, I think our next one will be Sleeping Beauty. So we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I think we have 3 more programs for this particular one. So we'll see how far we get with the books. But it was great to have you guys. Don't forget about that secret code. Tell your friends if you know anyone that would normally participate in the summer program but isn't this summer because they don't think they're happening. Please tell them to go to our link. We would really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys next week then. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend and I'll see you soon. Bye.